carefully closing the eyes. I'm not sure if I need to wait. Was the gentleman going to come back, or has he disappeared? Chatting to someone. Anyway, if he comes back, we can just join us. So if you just allow your awareness to go within and just be aware of the sounds around you, be conscious of your breathing. Just take 2 or 3 deep breaths and just be conscious of the air coming into your lungs and leaving your lungs. Just feel the weight of your body increasing on the chair beneath you as you relax into your body. Just settle into your chair and feel safe and fully supported by the chair. Turn the attention inwards and just feel, just reach out to that inner silence deep in the heart. Perhaps just imagine yourself going down the physical layers of the body, through the organs, through the molecules, through the atoms, down into your light body. Just see the multicoloured aspects of light flowing through your body and surrounding your body. And then transcend that further down into the underlying field of energy. Quantum physics teaches us that underlying physical creation is like what's called a vacuum state, a field of non-change, a field of eternal continuum. And this field, although it's got no physical properties, is full of potentiality. We can create from that field anything we choose, just by putting our attention on it and creating mental energies using our powers of imagination. It's good to imagine life-supporting things. It's good to think of things that will both bring a benefit to yourself and those around you, that are in an evolutionary direction. And although it is an eternal continuum that never changes, I am a firm believer that consciousness is evolving, that we're all part of the one energy. And this oneness, this eternal continuum, you can find deep in your heart. It's in a stillness, it's in a, if you like, quantum field of spiritual energy. And by spirit, what I mean is that non-physical aspect of yourself. Some people may refer to it as the soul. It's an aspect that's non-changing. I would even go as far as to say that aspect of you was never born and therefore can never die, because it is part of that eternal continuum. It's never separate out of the eternal continuum, but it's what is the basis of your individual consciousness. It's that aspect of you that has stayed the same throughout your life. From a young child, an infant, you could go through the different stages of your life, being born as a baby, as an infant, as a toddler, as a teenager, as an adult. The self within has stayed the same throughout your life, and yet every 7 years every cell in your body changes. Therefore you're not the physical structure of your body, you're something much more subtle, much more eternal. And I would say it's this underlying vacuum state, this aspect of you that is always the same. And as I say, although it's always the same, I feel that consciousness is evolving. If you look back over the centuries, especially in the last 100 years, 100 years ago there was very little electricity, there was very little motor vehicles, or very little, there's no computers. Technology has moved on. Our understanding of ourselves has become more refined. And what I think is happening is that physical creation is taking on much more of this light energy that is human consciousness. If you look at a computer, for instance, the components of a computer, 50 years ago would have taken up a whole room or a whole building. And over the years, the different aspects of the computer have become more refined. We've learnt to operate using subtler levels of material, and the same, I think, is happening in human consciousness, that over the years we're learning to think at more and more finer layers of our being. And as we think on more subtler layers, the speed of consciousness improves, the amount we can think about improves. We become much more multi-dimensional in our thinking. Ladies especially can perhaps do 10 tasks at once. And the new babies being born now, again, have got very crystal clear energies. I think they're going to evolve even more than our generation has done. The consciousness is constantly becoming more and more refined. Our thinking is becoming more and more on this level of light. We can use the light bodies in our creative thinking when we visualize things. We can visualize mental images and know that if we create a mental image and allow it to drop into this field of silence, then it's almost like we're dropping a pebble into a lake. If we let go of the pebble and it goes plonk in a lake, what we find is waves of energy go out into the universe around us. And when those waves find like energy, they draw that energy back to us and create that thought form, if you like, that we created with that mental image. So, being rich or poor doesn't really matter. It's our ability to create from within ourselves. We're all connected to infinite source. And if our mental attitude is such that we choose to create from within, then the amount of money we have doesn't matter, because if we're prepared to commit ourselves to our thought processes, commit ourselves to the creative process that the universe has given us, and ignore and just know that the money will show up when it's needed. If we move forward in our desires, if we give out these positive thoughts, we draw to us everything we need to fulfill that desire, everything we need to fulfill what we want from life. So it's good to monitor your thoughts and see if they are being life supportive. See if you are thinking positively. Just look deep in your heart and see if you can see these subtle aspects that I'm talking about. See if you can create mental images. You could try creating one now using your powers of visualization. Something you really want, perhaps a dream from childhood that you've yet to fulfill. Just see if you can see people in your dream that can help you. Just consciously think about what you'd like to create, and then let it blend with the underlying field of silence. Just let the thought go, and little like dropping a pebble in a still lake. You drop the pebble in and the ripples go outwards, and draw that which you desire to you. Now to come back to the here and now, reconnect with your five senses of taste, touch, smell, hearing and eyesight. Reconnect with the environment around you. and be aware of the space around you. And when you're feeling centered within yourself, you slowly come out of this state of meditation. You slowly come back to the here and now. And when you're feeling ready, just slowly and gently open your eyes and become aware of the space around you. Okay, well, I'd like to thank you all for being here and enjoying this World Peace meditation on this at the World Peace Festival.
Thank you, George.
Anyone have any questions? Do you want to stop it?